Hey again, fight fans! Matt here with a quick recap of all the fights that happened on Wednesday, October 16th in the amateur division. This is what happened in case you missed SSFU 32. Starting in the men's division is Debo vs Old Time Detroit. This is Old Time Detroit's SSFU debut. The first round was very even, and Debo outgrappled with a lot of takedowns, but Old Time is fast and he hits very hard. As the fight went on, Old Time kept tagging Debo until he was tired, and late in the third, Old Time got a knockdown that sealed the decision win for him. Next up is Chubby vs Blown Down. This fight was all blown down from the bell. Too much power for Chubby to handle, and early in the third, a left uppercut flattened Chubby out, and Blown followed him to the ground with strikes and got the win. Our last men's fight before the title is Jedthun vs The Beast. This fight was a brawl. Both men were trading. It was very even. Beast had the power, but Jed had the timing and speed. Early in the third, a very tired Beast stunned Jed multiple times before a big fake body jab into a one-hit right straight put him out to sleep. Good night. Now we're moving on to the women's division. First up in the women's division is a fight of newcomers. Both Stacey A. Anderson and Samara are debuting, hoping to make a name for themselves. And from the start, it was very clear who wanted it more. Both ladies lacked the power, but Stacey was clearly faster and more accurate. Easy decision win for an exciting prospect. Next up was the Steel Striker versus Horace. This fight is a clear grappler versus striker matchup, or it should have been if Horace decided to even try one takedown. But instead, Striker was left in her comfort zone and able to point out a decision win with a few stuns and a couple knockdowns. The last women's fight before the title is Tatiana vs Andromeda. After losing her title, Tatiana looks to bounce back against Andromeda, who's on a streak and wants to take back a W after losing a close decision at SSFU 28 versus Tatiana. And fight they did. Andromeda was chopping the legs the whole fight, and Tatiana was throwing bombs and combos the whole time. The finish came out of an even grappling in the second round when Andromeda secured up a Kimura for the fight. Now we go right into our title fights. And here we are at our title fights, and these fights were wars. If you guys get a chance to check the VOD for full highlights, please do, because these fighters deserve it. The women are up first, and it is Baby Haymaker versus Izon Gentleman. This fight is one of the reasons why we love the SSFU, because both fighters are identical in stats, and they're identical in fighting style, which means they're brawlers. But instead of being an even brawl, we saw two distinct fighting styles. From the start, Baby was the better striker, her timing and speed were on point, hurting Ungentle, but the grappling advantage was all Ungentle. Even though she was getting taken down, she was using her position and her stamina very well to hold Baby on the ground and reverse. The fight raged into the fourth, where finally all the body shots that Ungentle landed both on the ground and standing up slowed Baby enough to open up the jab uppercut and crown a new SSFU Lady Champ. And then we go for the men's fight. And this was the best fight of the night by far, but it was also one of the best SSFU fights I've ever seen. I've been watching for about 2.5 months, and honestly, I haven't seen a better fight. This is Big Shozan versus Mi Hung Lo. From the start, these guys were trying to end it, throwing bombs, exchanging hard. Zan was the better striker, but Hung had grappling, and he got a takedown and came extremely close to finishing the fight. He was within one gate. Everyone thought it was over. The timing was done. I mean, look at Revamped right there, and look at the surprise on his face. Listen to the sound he makes.
Could he get it, fans? Could Mi Hung Lo be the next champion?
Oh, and he gets out of it.
Round 2, Hung spelled blood and grappled hard. He got takedowns, heavy ground and pound, lots of sub attempts, but Zan had no quit at all, and in the third it showed why. He was able to bounce back on a very tired Hung, landing body shots, going hard, and at the end he even had a sub attempt himself. He was very close to subbing out Hung, but time ended it, and it looked like the tides were changing. Going into the fourth, both guys are tired, but Hung visibly more so. An early takedown from Hung and passive lay and pray tactics start to tire out Zan, but Zan stays patient and late in the 4th, getting up and eating a leg kick before he hands Hung a punch ticket for the Shadow Realm, courtesy of a big right hook. Zan stays champ. I have to give Fight of the Night and KO to the Night to Big Show Zan and Mi Hung Lo. Those guys went to war, and neither truly lost. Hung shows his skill is way better after going on a long losing streak that he snapped a few weeks ago, and Zan shows heart of a champion, composure, and the skill that we can all expect from the elevator. Another Fight of the Night has to go to Baby Haymaker and Is Ungentleman. This fight showed more than just stats make the fighter. It showed that if the stats are identical in the SSFU, every fight is different and every fighter has a chance to shine.